What is up, YouTube? Woo! Connor King coming at you live. So today we got a Kozmo deck profile from Master Duel, and this deck is really fun, and it is been doing pretty good in Platinum tier. The reason is because of Kozmo Dark Planet. This card has been really good. The 4000 really helps, and being able to negate spells is just so good in today's meta. So let's get right into the deck profile. To start, we have 3 Kozmo Tin Can. Now this card's really good. It's probably the best Kozmo card, just because at the end phase, it will send 3 cards from the deck to the graveyard, and 1 card gets randomly selected to go to your hand. So what you usually want to do is pick 3 Kozmo cards, typically 3 of your boss monsters. So I usually go for Forerunner, Dark Lady, and Dark Eclipser, Dark Destroyer, depending on what my opponent has. And then if you have enough monsters in your hand for Dark Planet, you can go for that as well. And then one of them will get out of your hand. So that's really nice because it dumps monsters in the graveyard for Dark Planet. How this card works, basically you special summon it by sending cards from your hand that equal 10 or more, and then banishing them. And then every spell card that your opponent activates, you can negate it by banishing a monster in your graveyard, a Kozmo monster. So that's why Tin Can is really good, because it'll dump monsters in the graveyard. And then we have 2 Maxi, just for consistency. 2 Kozmo Scared Lady. This card is not great. It only is in the deck to pair well with Dark Planet, because as you're going to be banishing monsters, she can get them back from the banish zone into the graveyard to be used by him again. So that's why we have her in the deck. Next, 2 Farm Girl. This card is really good. If it does battle damage, you can search out a card. So that's really handy. 2 Ash Blossom, 1 Good Witch, just to round off the 4 stars. And then 2 Dark Lady, really good, a lot of negates. I would run it at 3, but it's not enough stars to pair well with this guy. 3 Forerunner, it is a rare, so I run it at 3. You could run this at 3 and run this at 2, but this one's more expensive, so I just run this one at 2. This card's really good. It'll destroy a monster on your opponent's side of the field, and it can't be targeted. Same with this one, and this one. The nice thing about this deck is its boss monsters can't be targeted by effects. So that comes in handy. And when they're sent to the graveyard, a lot of them will special summon another Kozmo. Yep. Dark Eclipser, only run it at 1. Trap cards aren't super relevant these days. 1 Regeki, just to help with the OTK. 4 pots. So 3 pot of Prosperity, 1 pot of Extravagance. This just makes the deck a lot more consistent. I do recommend running 4 different pots, just because you do want to open up with this guy if you can, first turn. 3 Kozmo Town for consistency. And then this card is really essential. You really want to run this at 3. How it works is this card revolves around boss monsters. So if you have 1 monster, your opponent can't place any more monsters than the number you have. So if you have 1 boss monster, your opponent can only have 1 monster on their side of the field. So this card is a really good floodgate, and you need to run it at 3. This deck isn't really swarmy, so it's perfect with Kaiser. 2 Hand Destruction, just to get some more monsters in the graveyard for Dark Planet and for consistency. 2 E-Teleport, this card's really good with this deck. Bump it up to 3 when it comes off the ban list. 1 Call by the Grave, and 1 Infinite Permanence for consistency. And to round off the staples. This deck doesn't really use extra deck, so these cards don't really matter. I do like to run the Nightmare cards, just to get me out of a tight spot, but they're not essential. This deck's all about the main deck. Okay, cool. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching this video. I really hope you enjoy this deck. It's a lot of fun, and good luck.